Let's have a roll call.
Mayor Truman,
Here.
Councilmember Colbert,
Here.
Councilmember Striven, Councilmember Reed. Here. Councilmember Anderson, Councilmember Gregory. Here. Councilmember Daniels. Here. Councilmember Evans.
Here.
Councilmember Stam.
Present.
Okay, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I wanted to give that back.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Moving on to the approval of the agenda. We have an amendment. We're taking off item C under new business.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as amended. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to the minutes of meeting agenda, the last meeting we had.
Move to approve the minutes of the February 3rd, 2026 regular council meeting as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the February 3rd meeting. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to presentations and proclamations. I have a proclamation to make tonight. Proclamation honoring Fire Chief Lonnie Tormey. Whereas Fire Chief Lonnie Tormey has honorably and faithfully served the City of Valley Center Fire Department for an extraordinary 48.5 years, demonstrating an unwavering dedication to public safety, professionalism, and service. And whereas throughout his nearly 5 decades of service, Chief Tormey devoted his career to protecting life and property, responding to emergencies with courage and compassion, and ensuring the safety and well-being of all the citizens of Valley Center. And Chief Tormey leadership within the fire department strengthened the organization through his commitment to training, preparedness, and operational excellence, leaving a lasting impact on both the department and the community it serves. And beyond his official duties, Chief Tormey exemplified integrity, dependability, and a deep sense of civic pride, earning the respect of his fellow firefighters, city officials, and generations of Valley Center residents. And whereas the City of Valley Center is profoundly grateful for Fire Chief Tormey's lifetime of service and recognizes his legacy he leaves behind, one defined by selflessness, leadership, and the enduring commitment to this community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, James Truman, Mayor of Valley Center, recognize his retirement and express sincere appreciation to Chief Tormey and proclaim February 26, 2026 as Fire Chief Lonnie Tormey Day. In witness, wherefore, I hereby set my hand and cause the seal of Valley Center to be affixed to this 17th day of February 2026. So congratulations. "48 years, man. That's a long time." Well, thank you, Lonnie. And Chief will tell us more about what's going to happen the 26th at his time at the council session. All right. Oh, Matt, excuse me.
No, I think the city ought to look at doing something. This is a perfect example of having like a key to the city to present to someone like Lonnie for his years of service. I think that'd be kind of neat to look at, start doing for people. That's exemplified as an employee.
That's a good idea. Appreciate that. Okay, moving on to the public forum. Is there anyone here that'd like to address the council on any item that's not on the agenda? Okay, moving on. Moving on to old business. Item A, discussion regarding the special use permit at 201 South Cedar. Kyle?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just an update from the last meeting, and Chief Banding's here, and Lloyd can talk about this as well. My understanding is after we sent out our notice for all of the fire code violations, they have all been corrected and came into compliance. All permits have been obtained. Two of them are technically waiting on my approval just because I want to confirm with KDHE because they do require drilling into the ground, and we have to coordinate that with KDHE for anchoring 2 sheds. So the permits have been submitted, but they're on me to make sure that KDHE and that coordination is all good before I officially issue them. So that means that the 90-day clock has started on all of the permits to get their rough-in inspections completed. Again, I don't know if either of these 2 gentlemen would like to speak, but otherwise that's just my update on where we are at presently.
Any questions, comments? Amy?
I have a question. With regards to the pallets, what is the regulation? I think there's like a certain distance between them or a height. What is that?
Yes, height is 20 feet high, so roughly about 40 pallets is what we figured. And then they have them in a 20 by 20 square right now, which is within the limits. And they have it about 20 feet apart from the other stack. So they're meeting all requirements all the way around based off that. And they have it enough distance away from the building because it's, 20 feet away from the building. They do have small sections that they're working at their workstations, but all that's usually cleaned up by the end of the day.
Maybe
Everything
that's
right now is meeting the requirements that they have.
okay. So if like 3 piles are next to each other, is that less than 20 or?
No, they have it within 20 feet from the next stack.
So today there was 3 stacks right next to each other.
Yes, they can be.
Okay.
Yes, it's a 20 by 20 stack that they can have.
Gotcha.
So yes, so
Okay.
it's all falling within regulations that they need to be following.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Matt?
So the 90-day clock started, so our May 19th meeting, we will know if it's going to be complete.
Yes. Well, we'll keep you updated. And I did just want to let you know there, you don't need to necessarily take any action on this evening. It was just more as an update as to where we are from the last meeting.
Any other questions? Amy?
I just wanted to make one comment. I did have a neighbor reach out to me this week and tell me that they're considering filing a report with the KDHE because of the dust that they're seeing. So I just wanted to say that out loud for everyone.
Now, their permits and compliances with this by May 19th, they'll have all that under control and stuff. Is that what those permits are for, or is that just to get their building going?
So the May 19th, the 90 days from issuance was to get all of their rough-in inspections completed. So every permit that they have pulled needs to at minimum be at the past rough-ins at 90 days. And then they have an additional 90 days to get final inspections completed. So from 90 days from whichever day last week it was issued, because several of them were issued last week, but 90 days from when they were issued, they have to have their rough-in inspection passed. Not just have a rough-in inspection scheduled, but they have to pass their rough-ins by 90 days. And then they have an additional 90 days to get their final inspections completed.
So it should be complete in 180 days, which is
Correct.
May, October,
August.
August. Okay. Amy?
One more question. Throughout this process in the next 180 days, is there any process in place for us to continuously check on them and make sure they're maintaining those requirements?
So at minimum, and Nick can speak as well, but at minimum, they have to pass a quarterly fire inspection at minimum.
I will be stopping in more often than quarterly to check in on them.
And if we see they're in violation, we'll be doing written again? Okay.
I
Awesome.
will let them know verbally there and also do a written.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions? Do we need any action on this? Okay. No other questions? Thank you, Kyle. And Chief Banning. Hey, that kind of rolls off the tongue nice, doesn't it? Chief Banning. Okay, moving on to item B. Oh, wait a minute. We're going into new business now. Excuse me. Approval of sign waiver for the Lions Club pancake feed. Got a letter from the Lions Club here.
Yeah, I received an email from Tammy Miller that they were going to be here to seek permission to place signs for the Lions Club for their pancake feed in a right-of-way. They did specify which intersections. So if you have questions, what I have is there, so for you to decide.
Any questions or comments? Just have a motion to approve.
Move to approve the waiver of placement in public right-of-way of sign regulations for the Valley Center Lions Club pancake feed from April 4th through April 18th, 2026.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve the sign waiver for the Lions Club pancake feed. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to item B, award bid for Arbor Valley Phase 2.
Good evening,
Look
Mayor and
who's
Council.
here.
Hello, happy Tuesday. Brent Clark with SCH here to present you the bid tabs for Arbor Valley Phase 2. Really exciting this go around. We actually received 6 qualified bidders, so it's been increasing since the last few. So seeing that market kind of start to open up, which also then drives prices down. And so before you is the base bid of $666,122.70. Our engineer's estimate was about $850,000. I do have Art Marquez, who is the developer in Arbor Valley, here with us this evening as well. If you have any questions, you might want to ask him. Otherwise, based on the recommendation, Meese Construction was the most qualified low bidder on this project for Arbor Valley Phase 2, which is extending Arbor Valley Phase 1 from Ophelia and kind of those streets then to the west and adding additional homes. I think 28 additional homes that a lot of those lots are already spoken for. So exciting times in the Arbor Valley area. I'll stand for any questions.
Amy?
Talking a lot tonight. I just wanted to say thank you for getting 6 bids. I think it's important that we explore multiple options and am very appreciative of that. So thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Matt?
Is this the final phase?
Yes.
It was just 2, okay.
Yep, just 2 phases in this one.
I make a motion to accept. Oh,
My apologies, Mayor and council members. I just have one suggestion, and Brent, I'll have you listen in on this because you and I didn't get a chance to talk about that yet. But since we don't have the letter of credit yet, but in an effort for the city not to hold up the process of what SEH has gotten moving in this direction so far, we would just make a recommendation that the motion would be contingent upon receipt of the letter of credit. We still recommend to proceed with the motion.
Welcome aboard. Yes, and so letter of credit, I know we were working with city staff on that. We should have it by the end of this week. Last week and then this week with the holiday, the bank, Legacy Bank, just couldn't quite get that done before this evening. But we should have it by the end of this week. And I agree that, having this pending the letter of credit being received by city staff is wise.
Matt, you want to amend your,
I hadn't even got started to amend.
no.
I make a motion to accept the bid for Arbor Valley Phase 2 improvements and enter an agreement with Meese Construction in the amount of $666,122.70, contingent upon receiving letter of credit and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the bid for Arbor Valley Phase 2, contingent with the letter of credit being received. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify for raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you. Moving on to item D, approval of CHIP 2026-1.
All right. Good evening again, Mayor and Council. Before you is Commercial Housing Incentive Program application. As you might recall, we have a few different housing incentive programs. The Commercial Housing Incentive Program specifically comes to council for approval. So this is for any two-family or greater housing. So this is a new duplex that was built right where West 3rd curves into Meads Drive. It was built and occupancy was issued earlier this month, and they immediately submitted their application to for the program. And so this is a 3-year, 100% of the city portion of taxes rebated to the developer, and staff recommend approval.
Any questions or comments? A motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve application from K2 Properties LLC for CHIP-2026-1.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the application from K2 Properties for the CHIP application 2026-1. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, moving on to item F, update letter of intent from Elevate Senior Living.
Mayor and members of council, the original letter of intent did expire December of 2025. And so this is basically just to continue that letter of intent with the Elevate Senior Living group and to continue to move forward with the effort of bringing this facility to Valley Center. I will make one comment. There were 3 slight changes from the document that was put in your packet, and I want to make sure you know what those were just for the sake of clarity. On the legal description where it has an NW, that was just an error that was left on there, and so we removed that. Additionally, on item 1BI, we just replaced the word development with the word buyer to stay consistent with the document. And then on the, flip back here to the last part, on item 8, confidentiality, the agreement indicated that the letter is confidential to the parties only, but of course it's also subject to the Kansas Open Records Act, so we included that in there. Those were the only changes from what was presented in your packet. I would make one additional comment just in the sake of keeping the council updated. I am new to this process, so I was not sure what process had already taken place, but I wanted to make sure that the city's interest was protected since we definitely want to support this program and we would like to see this happen in Valley Center. But we're also, with the nature of the agreement that the city is going to donate the land or give the land of value, we thought that it was important to include some reconveyance language in the main agreement that's going to be basically developed out of this. I did visit with Kyle in reference to that, just to see if the city already did that. I didn't know what was common in Valley Center yet or not. And we did visit with the Economic Development Board to make sure that that was something that they also supported, which they did. One of the things I wanted to be very careful of was not to introduce something new at this stage in the game. And so I also visited with the Elevate Senior Living folks who absolutely supported that concept, had no problem with it whatsoever. I know that the Economic Development Board had originally thought that maybe we needed to generate a letter of understanding as well to make sure that we had kind of a documentation at the very beginning and that everybody understood that that would be a component of the main agreement. But in conversations with Elevate Senior Living, they actually just took that to the next step and they said, just go ahead and send us the language now and we'll start working on that. I have sent some information to Barry as well to give him some time to look at it. We're very early stage. They have 120 days before they need to actually craft that agreement. But this is getting that started and it's going to include that language. So I'm looking this evening for two things. Number one, to have you go ahead and approve the new letter of intent. And then also just looking to confirm council's support in the direction of having reconveyance language in the agreement to protect the city's interests going forward. I'll stand for questions.
Any questions? Okay, we get a motion for the approval. Oh, excuse me.
Before the motion, do we need to give you a yes or no in regards to the language?
That would be, I would like to know from council that you can either give me direction on that or just let me know if there is someone in opposition of it. Otherwise, I can take that as a,
I'm in support of it.
Ditto.
I'm seeing no opposition.
I think this council's in support of it. Thank you. I get a motion to approve the letter of intent.
Make a motion to approve or to enter into a updated letter of intent with Elevated Senior Living and authorize mayor or city administrator to sign.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the new letter of intent to Elevate Senior Living. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signal by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to acceptance of the proposal for the aeration basin. Somebody's asking for money.
Usually why I come up here. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of council. What we're here for you today, we're asking for approval from CAS for a proposal for them to come out and replace the south shaft section of our rotors, aeration rotors on our aeration basin, and reinstall all the rotors and bearings and pillow bearing blocks to hold that shaft. This has been a problem for quite some time. And with the concrete and the pillow bearings being worn, the shaft has been moving in there. And it's gotten to the point now where there's a point in the shaft where it's half as thick as it was. And it's getting to the point where we're very, very concerned. We've already lost one section of aerators in that basin. If we lose more, we could not have the dissolved oxygen in our aeration basin that we need to stay in compliance for our permit limits. We are asking to waive the requirement to go to bids due to three things: the urgency of the situation, as we don't have any idea when this could fail. We went and talked to CAS because they're right on site. They're experts in this types of repair. The crane they need to lift this equipment out of the basin is right here, is right at the water treatment plant. And so that would allow us to save on mobilization costs. So we are asking for approval for CAS to come and fix that south shaft and bearings and rotors for the price of $37,760 and authorize mayor to sign.
Gina?
Since Dale's not here, let me ask, where is the money coming from?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Come out of, if Mr. Miller has any opposition, I believe that'd come out of sewer reserves, correct, sir?
Amy?
I do understand that it's an important repair and potentially urgent. In your opinion, do we have time to look at additional bids? Because I hate to go with,
Well, that's why I said at this point in time, I'd hate to say we do or we don't. This could fail tomorrow.
but it's been going on for a while, right?
Yep, and it's been getting thinner and thinner. We've been trying to work this. We've replaced fiber bearings. We've tried to reattach billow bearings. We're also looking at a more permanent solution, but this has to keep us with DO in the meantime.
And if it goes down, forgive my ignorance, what happens?
Well, so that is the main biological treatment piece of your wastewater treatment plant. So you need dissolved oxygen is basically oxygen that's inserted into the water. It's kind of like an aquarium. And so then the biological bugs, for lack of a better term in there, feeds off of that oxygen, and then it digests the rest of the bad bacteria within there. So that's your main biological treatment facility within your plant. You lose that dissolved oxygen, and then your bugs will die. Your good bacteria will die.
Okay. Thank you.
Chris?
You said there's two, or looking at this, there's two aerators, correct?
There's a north shaft and a south shaft.
Okay. Have we looked at the other shaft
We
to
have
make
looked
sure?
at the other shaft. It's war, but it's not near as bad as the south shaft.
So my question would be then, is this something we should look at now so we can take the time to get bids?
For the north shaft, we may possibly need to do,
I agree with Councilman Reed. I'd like to make sure if we can, that we can put those bids out there.
we just figured with the crane here, you're gonna naturally save on mobilization.
I don't know.
Jeannie?
So is CAS already here working on the water plant?
Yes, yeah, they're right next door to the waste.
So
treatment
if anybody has any idea how much it costs to bring equipment in to fix something,
It's pretty expensive.
it's probably twice that just to bring the crane in. So with it already being here, unfortunately, maybe we let it go too long, but when you try to let it work with it, try to replace parts to save money, sometimes in the end, it can be more expensive when you least expect it. So the equipment's here, I say we do it. Especially since Clint said we have a healthy reserve that can cover it.
Amy?
It does sound like an emergency type situation. I'm of the opinion that moving forward, any kind of repairs like that, I would want at least 2, potentially 3 estimates. We're talking about selling bonds here in a little bit, and I feel like every single purchase that we have needs to be really inspected closely. That's all.
Any other questions or comments? We get a motion to approve.
I make a motion to accept proposal in the amount of $37,760 from CAS Constructors to replace the primary shaft and to support bearings.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the motion from CAS to replace the bearings. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
You. Moving on to the approval of the budget calendar.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Normally, we just kind of propose a budget calendar and have you approve it. This year, we've kind of run into a few hiccups, and we're going to have to get a little bit creative. So I put a packet in front of each one of you. The very first page is the original one that everybody can see up here. As I started preparing for this today, I'm a visual person. I put it into a map, or I'm sorry, into a calendar. I really didn't like how it looked. So if you could just turn to June real quick, just to kind of run through the calendar. We're going to do the departmental budget presentations this year, May 19th. That's normally early in June, but we're going to try to move it up a little bit this year. The reason why is normally the process ends around September, early September for the budget. But this year we're installing the new Casella software, and that's going to have 5 members of Valley Center, and I will most likely be one of them, in Provo, Utah for 2 full weeks. So I really need to kind of move this process up a little bit this year so that I have time to get everything submitted to the state for the budget, and then I can be gone for 2 weeks without having to be dealing with the budget during that time. So looking at the calendar, like I said, departmental directors moved up to May 19th. On the June calendar, the 15th is the important day every year of June. That's when Sedgwick County provides the revenue neutral rate and tax valuations to Valley Center. From that number, we input that, and it changes a whole bunch of different things. And I then normally present on the second budget calendar, I'm sorry, the second council meeting of the month, that first stab at the budget. But in this case, that we're going to get those numbers on a Monday, and then we have council on a Tuesday, which is the second council. So the calendar just didn't work out in our favor, and there's really no way I'm going to be able to pull this all together in literally one day. So we're going to be faced this year with having to have a third council meeting in June. And that last week is not really going to work because I'm going to be at the National GFOA conference in Illinois. So we're really kind of looking at either the 22nd, 24th, or 25th. The Tuesday after that, the 23rd, Planning and Zoning have the council chambers that evening. So the Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday is going to be our best chance to have that full budget comprehensive meeting that usually takes about 60 minutes to do. So I kind of just want to get some guidance from you guys tonight. Do you have preference on any of those 3 dates? I know it's not ideal, but again, the budget calendar just didn't work out very well this year with the 15th landing one day before that second council meeting of the month. There won't actually be action taken that night, so it's not real important that we have a quorum. Nothing's going to be voted on, but that's going to be the comprehensive budget where I show you bond and interest, emergency reserve funds, employee benefits. It's the longer budget presentation of the 3. So again, is Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday, is there any preference that week? We're kind of down to 3 days the whole month where I could have that meeting.
Hey, Chris?
Go ahead, Gina.
I personally prefer Monday.
Okay.
Wednesday could work, but Monday would be my first choice.
Ditto.
Matt?
Monday for me.
Chris?
I was going to say Wednesday, but I'm good on Monday too.
Okay. Ron?
Any date's okay with me.
Okay. Amy?
Yep,
Well-
I'm good with Monday.
That was kind of my first choice, and
Let's
that's
just
why.
make it Monday.
Sounds good. Monday, the 22nd will be, and then the last page in July, that very first council meeting on the 7th, I'm going to try to have any changes made, and we're going to have that third comprehensive budget discussion with any changes that you guys kind of brought forth on that second meeting that we have now on that Monday, the 22nd. So ideally, if everything works out correctly, we're going to try to wrap this process up in April this year, ideally the 18th of August. August 18th, not April, August 18th, which will give me a couple weeks to get everything wrapped in and turn into the state before that September timeframe where I might be out of town. I appreciate it. If you guys could just approve that 22nd and with the rest of the budget, I think we'll be good to go.
We need a motion to approve that, the 22nd? Or just? Approve the budget calendar, okay.
I move to adopt the proposed 2027 budget calendar.
I have a couple questions yet. Chris,
Second.
Oh, no, I'm done. Sorry.
Ron?
Yeah, I was just curious, Clint, your calendar that you had for the, starting on the 21st, is that based solely on what Sedgwick County is going to do?
So, well, what we get is we get that revenue neutral rate and the tax valuations on the 15th. A year, 2 years ago, it came about 5 days early. Last year, it literally came on the 14th, the day before. But from that, that will help me finally put into what did our total valuation go up as a percentage, how many dollars that's going to bring to the city, and then I can then kind of backtrack and calculate in, you know, what kind of different tax rates we're going to need through our different general funds. So am I answering your question correctly, or?
Yeah, basically. The other question I had is, after going through these, and I'm a little slow, so please bear with me. The item that I was curious is looking at, everything depends on Sedgwick County, what they're going to do. If they make any major changes, because I read today with one of their reports is something to do with about the month of June, that they may have to change their schedule around. How much trouble would that be with us?
So the valuations that we're going to get on the 15th come from Kelly Arnold, who's the county clerk for Sedgwick County. So I don't think that's going to change a whole lot. There is a chance, though, you know, I don't want to get into a whole lot of legislative agenda, but there are proposals right now where the scariest one for me is I would have to do actually a 2027 and a 2028 budget by November of this year. So there's major possible changes to where this calendar could essentially almost get blown away. But right now, I'm going to assume that we get to stay on the normal calendar process that we do. But there's a lot of process out there. Some of the things I talked to you about last year where they're talking about capping property tax valuations and all that are being discussed again. Are they going to take action on it? I really don't know. Cinder and I are having a lot of discussions and following this very closely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second already, so any other questions or comments? I have a motion to approve. It signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Clint. Okay, we need to an executive session with attorney consult with the attorney, deemed privilege. Need a motion to go into executive session.
Move for the council to recess into executive session for the consultation with attorney deemed privileged. The session will include council members, mayor, city attorney, and city administrator. The open meeting will resume in the city council chamber in 10 minutes.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to go into executive session. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We're adjourned until
No official action was taken in the executive session.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on to staff reports. Kyle, nothing? Neil?
Good evening, Mayor and members of council. Just wanted to give you a quick update that we are planning on having a Public Properties and Outdoor Spaces Board coming up here in March. The expected date's the 5th. That's the typical date that we have it. The reason I bring it up is because we've got we're going to be having a discussion, kind of a brainstorming discussion on the cemetery to kind of help drive and define what we'd like to see and do out in the there's a landscape reserve out in the cemetery that has been a topic of discussion for a little while now. Flagpole with the Legion is part of that discussion. So that's something that we're looking at doing, is trying to start tackling that and with the end goal of that area, plus several other amenities, coming up with some budget numbers to look long range at several items out there at the cemetery. One of the other reasons I bring up the meeting is because we also have a vacancy on that board. So if anybody knows of somebody that would be willing to serve on the Public Properties and Outdoor Spaces Advisory Board, send them my way. So, for any questions?
Any questions or comments? Thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
Lloyd?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As the mayor said earlier, we're having Chief Tormey's retirement reception Thursday, the 26th. It'll be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's come and go, but presentations will be in the beginning part of that probably. So starting around 3, and then it'll be come and go the rest of the time after presentations. So would love to see all of you out there. Mayor, looks like you have a question or a comment to make about it.
Comments, questions?
That's it.
That's it. Thank you, Lloyd. Rodney?
So I tried to add a few more updated pictures of the plant. They keep sheeting it in. There's more sheeting on there than it shows in the pictures. They're moving forward very quickly. It's looking much more like a building out there. Neil met with Cheney Dorr today. I was in the Seneca meeting talking about Brush Pile Gate, and I need to talk some more with him, and we're waiting on some quotes on that, on some possible solutions to automate that gate. We're still working through that. Have a Seneca Progress meeting this morning. The gas line redirect on the north portion is done. They're out of there. They can start on stormwater to the north now, and then after that, they can start prepping for laying pavement. Pouring pavement on Tanner Trail today. They have all the driveways poured for a portion of Tanner Trail. All the curb and gutter around the roundabouts poured, the curb and gutter in the Tanner Trail. So they said they're hoping, weather permitting and all the stars align, they're hoping to have those people get back into their driveways by next month. Cracking on paving around south.
Any questions, comments? Amy?
I have a question. If it doesn't fall under you, Rodney, you'll have to tell me who it does. I walk around town every day. I get my steps in, and the crosswalk from going west to east over Meridian, you can't see the walk sign. And I don't know if it's, when you get close, you can see it, but if somebody's like on the side of the street looking for it to tell you to walk, I can't see that. And I don't know if it's It almost looks like it needs cleaned, like the screen on it needs cleaned or something.
Okay.
But-
Which intersection?
Main and Meridian,
Okay.
by the bank.
Check on it.
Thank you.
You bet.
I'm always like, can I go? Can I go? Yes.
Apologize,
The
Mayor.
picture.
I got a text message. I forgot to mention the location of the retirement reception. It's going to be at the community center, not at City Hall.
Okay. Okay, Gage? Barry? Dennis?
I have nothing tonight.
Clint?
Just want to give you an update on the upcoming bond sale. It is most likely going to be pushed back 2 weeks. We were tentatively scheduled to go to auction on March 17th. That will now most likely be March 31st. We are going to bring the Prairie Lakes Phase 5 infrastructure into this bond, so that will have everything that we currently, council has approved with the exception of Harvest Place Phase 2, which right now is just on hold shortly, into this bond. So that's been pushed back 2 weeks. Also, 2 weeks ago, I gave you an update that our insurance carrier EMC has kind of turned our roofs into more of a catastrophic policy with a rapid depreciation. My comments got back to them, and they have said that they do not want to lose our business, and they are going to waive that for the city of Valley Center, and they put that in writing. So they said that most other cities are getting very large double-digit increases this year, around 20%. They have come back with us with a 3% increase if we do stay with here, and they said that they really want our business. So we do have some other possibilities out there that I will be bringing to you shortly, but that's the first set of firm numbers. But we paid $309,000 to insure the entire cities, all buildings and vehicles and signs and everything last year. So these are big numbers that we're trying to get some savings for our citizens. So questions for me?
Any questions? Thank you, Clint. Christie?
I just have a couple of quick things. On Saturday, April the 17th in Salina, the League of Kansas Municipalities will be hosting a City Leaders Academy. So if anyone is interested, especially some of the newer people, please get with me. You will be learning about, range of topics, including the Kansas Open Meetings Act, municipal finance, ethics and civility, and meeting other city officials. So if you would like to attend April 17th, I will get you enrolled if you'll let me know. The agenda is here if you would like to look at it. So that is one thing I have. The other is, for the last 8 years, we have had a chili cook-off. In January, we had another chili cook-off. It's just a friendly competition between our departments. And this year, I'm just going to say it was an entry by Lloyd Newman. He's not fire. He's not police. He's public safety department. So that is what we have put on his plaque as the winner for the 2026 chili cook-off is the public safety department. So thank you, Lloyd, and congratulations.
Cinder?
Yes, good evening. We'll close this out very quickly. There is a lot of legislative activity taking place, as Clint mentioned earlier, and it certainly warrants attention. We have responded with some written opposition, and we are watching very closely, and we will continue. If you saw the department report from last week, you probably saw that I had listed some of those bills in there to pay attention to. As things progress, if there is anything further that warrants immediate attention, I'll bring it in here so you guys are aware. At present, though, we are watching, we are providing testimony, and we are trying to respond in the best interest of not only Valley Center, but several municipalities across Kansas that can be strongly impacted by these bills. Other than that, I'm still learning. I know more today than I did the last meeting, but I'm still trying to put all these little pieces in order. Clint is probably getting very tired of me walking in and asking random questions, but I'm feeling better. I'm starting to get my foundation put in order. It's still going to take quite a bit of time, and I'm still also very thankful for all of the folks represented here who, even Gage is in that mix, who has to put up with a lot of questions from me right now. So thank you everyone for being so patient. Thank you, council, for being patient. And I again appreciate the opportunity to be here. Any questions?
Questions or comments? Thank you, Sandra. Okay, moving on to governing body reports. Just have a couple. One's a personal horn blower, if you don't mind. But first one is the chili contest. That is getting harder and harder and harder to judge every year. These chilies are just getting too good. The second thing, I want to blow my horn for my grandson who's going to the National Junior College Final Wrestling Tournament in Council Bluffs, Iowa in March. So he won't be representing Valley Center, but he's got Valley Center blood in him. He's Barton County right now. So this is his last year there, and he's doing well. So other than that, that's all I have. Ron?
Yeah, I've got a couple things. As I told you at the last meeting, we'd have some information on legislative that may be affecting Sedgwick County and a couple other counties also. The first one is HR 275, was a property tax increase and implementing a new state property tax relief mechanism. The other ones are required voter approval for property tax increase above a 3% cap, replace the revenue neutral framework, create a $60 million property tax relief fund. And why is it so important to know these four? Is based on what Sedgwick County is doing on their program for the coming year. Next year is going to be awful hard for them to justify raising taxes again. But according to the state, you're going to have to do it. That's all I got.
Amy?
I have nothing. Thank you.
Gina?
Nothing tonight.
Jeannie?
Once again, thank you for the great staff Valley Center has. All you guys make it happen.
Chris?
I have nothing. Thank you.
Matt?
Make a non-negotiable motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor of the motion, signify for raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned.